Hello guys and welcome to a preview of the... there we go. We're going to look at the faction Aksum today because I thought, well, these guys are... get rid of them. These guys are a expansion faction from the DLC Desert Tribes, which might do the other ones in a minute actually. But yeah, we'll look at them and their roster. So we start with the Desert Chieftain, all the Desert faction. I think you have this guy. Just a standard cavalry general, pretty good, a steady. You know, see the stats here. Very high health, excellent attack as cavalry, excellent armour. Overall, decent units. The other Rise Guard, these are actually a foot infantry. They're a very heavy spear unit, so it's more of an anti-cav kind of stable stand there, do what you want with your general. It's kind of an old boy. I'd rather go for a Desert Chieftain really, because you can move them around, but up to you really, what you like more. But they have got some missiles, they've got a lot of health for an infantry unit, good morale, got a shield wall, shield screen, and steady. They have an expert charge defense and their discipline, so not bad. And you know, pretty good armor as well. Not much of a melee attack though, so I'd rather go for a general with cav really. Then you go to the spearmen. I think again, this is just an overall, all the desert factions have this. So Desert Levy, just a cheap spearman, expert charge defense, which is alright. I think it's Tor warriors. It's also unique to Aksum, the Tor folks. They have poor morale and low health, but good attack as cavalry. It's more of an offensive one, comparing them. Yeah, they're even more offensive. They've got better melee defense too. Less armour, a bit more health. Same amount. It's even more just, and they also got spear wall. Is that spear wall? No, they don't. Spear walls, nice, and the resistance to see. It's alright. Then you get the Desert Spears. These are really good cheap spearmen. They've got excellent armour, excellent missile block chance, good attack. It's what you want out of spearmen really, and they've got steady, expert charge defense. These guys are getting better. They would have a shield wall, but honestly, these guys are pretty good for their price. I'll mostly go for them. Elite Tor warriors, you know, these guys are buff up with these guys really. They've also got anti-cavalry tactics, which is good. So you know, they go against cav pretty well. They also got excellent armour, excellent attack as cavalry, and an average missile block chance. Another solid spear unit, a bit expensive but not bad. You got Sons of Invincible Marine. I can't pronounce them, awful pronunciations, but they've got a lot of attack. They're like a kind of get in there unit really. They got a shield screen, a discipline. They got a lot of bonuses down there. They're more of a like, so there's a cavalry fight going on, you would send these guys in to support. They'll do very well. They don't even charge, they're only a light spear unit and they've got low armour and not the best health in the world. And then you get the mass scale spearmen. These are more kind of overall unit, a mix of kind of these two. Again, a pretty good unit, but very expensive for a spearman, so I'd rather probably go for these guys really. They're cheap. So we want out of spearmen, you're expensive, it's a bit of waste. You get Desert Tribesmen. Again, these are like every desert faction has these, some of these guys here. You know, these are just a cheap, run the enemy unit, they do some damage, they die, end of. Then it's Afar Swordsman. These got a lot of melee attack and melee damage, just more like a, you kind of like flank here unit, because you can see they got the really good, they got awful armour, awful. They can't take a charge or anything, but if they get around like the flanks and do like a rear charge, they do very well, it's also a very good charge bonus. They also have Frenzy as well, and they scare people. You get the Afar Raid Masters. These guys again just a buff up of their previous lot here. And again, you want to get around the flanks, don't want to be like a head-on infantry unit. You get Spice Warriors. These guys are quite interesting compared to these guys. Interesting. Again, it's just like a more of a rear attack unit than anything. They're also disciplined, they've got Frenzy. It's okay. They've got a lot of assault offensive infantry, haven't they? Then you get these guys are very solid infantry. Crucial Short Ally is probably just like the backbone of most desert factions of a stable unit. Good armour, excellent armour piercing, you know, they've got really good stats. A nice unit, they also have shield wall and frenzy in the discipline, they're a good unit. I thought I'd go for them really. Then you get these Bears Chosen, again awful pronunciations, I know. Excellent armour piercing, good, this is another stable unit. Personally got these ones because they're a bit cheaper really. The big difference? Some ways these are better these ones, but these also got some other bonuses, so I'd go for them though, these guys definitely. Then Then it is Spice Warriors. These are an interesting unit. They got a 200 axe unit. They are medium. They got really good line piercing. They also have a bow and arrow, if you're wondering. They got a bit few missiles as well. They're actually not. They could be good if they were better in melee, because they can't pair up against other 200 axe warrior units. But they're alright. They're alright. But if they were cheaper, they're probably worth it. But they're very expensive, and I wouldn't pay that for these guys. Really, it'd be a waste. They're off spending on like more of these guys or a bunch of these guys. You know what I mean? You get free desert levies for the one spice guard of there they are. Then you got cheap archers, just cheap archers. They've got rapid advance as well. Then these Mars archers. I think there's more range from them, and they got precision shot instead of rapid advance. They also can snipe, which is alright. I mean, the group one it can be okay, but rarely do I see used. And then you get these elite newbie archers, just elite arch unit. Most cheap guys, really, because they're cheap. So yeah. Then you get camel warriors. I think there's all the dead factions again have these guys. They're scare horses. Arabic horsemen is a nice cheap horse unit. They're actually pretty good for their price. Good like scout unit really. Then you get these Afar camel raiders. A lot of melee attack. These guys will be really good at just running into a cavalry fight, doing some damage. But again, they have spears or swords, or cost some kind of swords, and they're not the best, but they're alright. They got good health too, so they're alright. These guys are pretty alright as well. Desert Raiders, they're alright, but again, this is a standard unit, nothing special. These guys are really good. These guys are cost efficient. Look at that health, look at that armour. These take a lot to kill. I've seen them in work. The only thing that lets them down is their morale and melee defense. Everything else about them is very dangerous, so a very good unit there. Anubis Guard, they're a bit meh. They're very expensive for what you get. I'll personally just go for these guys at this point. Same with the rest of these two. The Bet Goris card, if you want to look at them, there you go. Again, these guys are pretty good. They've got a nice attack and melee defense, decent charge bonus. They're a good unit, but it's just Fish on Mounted Sugar Lie, I don't see much use out of these online really. Again. Camel Lancers, it's just a cheap shot count. Bow Cavalry, they could be good, but guess what? They haven't got Parthian shot, so they just can't pair up to other ones, you know what I mean? They need Parthian shot to be good. Skirmish Cavalry, and they've got Parthian shot, but at the end of the day, you just Skirmish Cavalry. And then you got these like Warhounds, again, I don't know so much use out of Warhounds, but those are alright. They've got a lot of ammunition, but it's only a few of them, so again. So there's Aksum for your sort of on overall, they're a pretty decent faction. I'll say they're a right faction. You can, use these guys online and win battles. They are, capable faction, cheap spears, solid spears, solid infantry. Not really good axe infantry, but that's it. Cheap archers, cheap slingers, efficient cavalry, and that's really it. Not much, really shocking cavalry. They're lacking, but overall they're a pretty decent faction. That's my conclusion on this faction. Thanks for watching.